Happy Holy Thursday for all those holy rollers out there. How y'all doing? Happy Thursday. I guess the miracle of Easter has rolled in because it is raining outside and it looks really, really bad. And it's cold. Cold and yucky. That would be the miracle of Easter. Cold and yucky, rainy, Holy Thursday. Let's see who comes in. Yep, somebody's here. Ring the bells. Let me know you're here. It is Thursday. At least it's almost the weekend. That's a plus. Hey, Kim. It is really bad outside. Yucky, yucky, yucky. Oh well. Like I said, I guess that's the miracle of Easter. Not that it's my thing, but yay! You caught alive. I'll probably go live again later too, cause why not, right? May as well. Let's see here. Whoops. Ah, Kim. I gotta tell you something. I'm very angry with single swag. I know, that's like not a hard thing to do. But I just saw the rest of the, I'm doing quite well, Kim. How are you? I just caught the rest of the preview for May's box. And they have a book written by Anna Faris. You know the actress Anna Faris? She was married to, the guy from the Avengers. And I'm pissed because I don't want that. They're supporting her, a woman who abused her dog. Are they for real? Listen, I understand that not everything in that box is going to be cruelty-free or vegan, and okay, I'm not going to scream and yell and jump up and down about that. But yes, and I just messaged him, hey, Into the Bush, I'm doing good, you? Yeah, Anna Faris, she was married to Chris Pratt. Now she's not married to Chris Pratt anymore, but she abused her dog. So I messaged them. I actually commented on their post saying that I hope that wasn't a book by her, and they deleted my comment. So I sent them a message because they already charged me for May. So I'm hoping they won't, they'll give me a refund and cancel my subscription, because if they don't, then, listen, I'm not one who likes to burn bridges here on YouTube. I don't like to bash companies. Ah, tomatoes. Oh, that sounds good. I didn't see the whole box. Hi, Elevator Crazy. Hi, HWG. Hi, The Bass Show Company. Hi, everybody. I didn't see the whole box. No, I didn't see the whole box. I just saw the preview that they have on their Facebook page. And I saw the thing with Anna Faris on it. And I said, I hope that's not a book. And then I clicked the pictures below, and that's exactly what it is, a book written by Anna Faris. Hi, Happiness with Pranu. Welcome to the live. So I have to see about that. I want a refund. It's not worth paying $26 if there's going to be a book written by somebody who abused their dog. You know, she starved the dog, and, you know, they threw it on the street, and she was fined for it. So, you know, I can't even do that. If that book comes here, I'm not going to throw it in the trash. I'm going to burn it. I'm not one to believe in censorship and such, but that doesn't mean I have to support people who abuse animals like that, you know? So I sent a message to Single Swag saying I want a refund and I do not want another box. If they're going to support this person and put this book in there, you know, that's not cool. I don't want it. Nope. And the thing is, they never listen to me when I say that I don't want any snacks in my box either. Which, okay, that's not a big deal. I mean, I have kids here. Yeah, yep. I sent them a message. And, aw, yes, get yourself a nap there, Into the Bush. I'll be going live again later. I'll see you later, my buddy. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that I mean, listen, I'm doing good. How are you, elevator crazy? How are you? I just don't like that. Into the bush. I'll see you later. Hi, Miss Misunderstood. How are ya? Um, but yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that they're gonna put that book in there. Let me see if I get a refund. I don't even want I don't even want the box at this point. I'd rather have the money back so I can get some other box and review that. Oh, I'm sorry, elevator crazy. Yeah, I know, Deer Park. I guess that's the theme of the week. Um, especially since it's Holy Thursday, right? It's Holy Thursday. But you know, nowadays the schools don't the schools don't give off for Holy Thursday here anymore. Um, I really could care less. I'm not Catholic anymore. I was raised Catholic, but I don't follow that. So if you can keep my kids in school one more day, fine. Please do. Take them away for one day. uh, I'm not against that. I remember when certain other people were in the office, they were actually talking about extending the school year. Do what you got to do. I don't mind. Doesn't bother me. Hi, Red Chili Todka. Welcome to the live. I don't mind extra. Hi, Empress. Welcome to the live. Yeah, I don't mind. Keep my kids a couple extra days out of the summer. It doesn't bother me. When I went to high school, I went to a high school for kids with, hi, Sandy. How are you? When I was in high school, I went to a school for kids with special needs. More so, I was just bullied in school, and I had to be removed from my school because removing bullies isn't what we do, You punish the kid who's bullied always. That's usually how it works. But, I mean, I got a better education than them anyways, but still kind of stinks to have to be removed. But anyways, when you go to a school like that, they actually have a summer school program for kids with special needs, so they don't. Yeah, we do congratulate bullies all around. Yep, it's a sad thing. It really is. Honestly, you got to punish the parents too. That's another thing. Um, when you punish this, you have to punish the parents. Okay, elevator crazy. Okay, yeah. I went to a school for, well, most of the kids in there, I mean, I did not have a learning disability, but I ended up having mental health issues due to the bullying. That's how bad it was. I now suffer from PTSD. Yes, exactly, Empress. I think I read an article a while ago. Um, Right, it's definitely sad. I read an article a while ago. I don't remember where it was, but they actually said they were going to start charging parents fines. Oh, yeah, exactly. Exactly. Let me tell you something. My mom worked for the school district. Well, that's kind of sad, elevator crazy. Nobody should be bullied for any reason at all. I was talking about this in my live Tuesday night. Tuesday night, I was talking about Wendy Williams. I know I talk about her often, but she said that bullying is a rite of passage, and it makes children become stronger adults. Well, that might be true, but why should we give these kids a yeah. Yeah, high school I was okay. High school I was okay. It was just yeah, they don't acknowledge it. Yeah. And the thing is, so my mom worked for the school district that I had gone with, and before I had to leave, and like I said, their parents also worked for the school district as well. Most of the kids who bullied me, their parents worked for the school district. Um, when I was sexually assaulted in the bathroom at the school, I had come forward before the incident even happened. I told them that this guy was acting kind of creepy, and I was afraid. And the guy said, "Wow, no, but you can like elevators. That's not something to be bullied about." Hi, Bella Allure, welcome. so when I was telling the principal that this guy was acting kind of funny, he just turned around and said, "Well, I'm just telling her I said hi," and they took it. They took it that way, and then lo and behold, that kind of stuff happened. There was a time when I was in junior high school, I just started. There was a girl that from elementary school that was bullying me. Another girl had seen it, and she went to the dean of the school and told her that this girl was bullying me. And the girl who was bullying me, lied and said she wasn't bullying me. And somebody, like I said, somebody tried to stand up for me and tried to. That's okay, Deer Park. I'm here on YouTube and making a thing of myself, I guess. You know. That's when people do this, it don't bother me anymore, because they ain't scary. Hi, D90. Um, some people just don't have a life. And I think I'm a stronger person, maybe because of the bullying, maybe because of domestic violence. I don't know, but I'm just somebody who just treats people, like I want to be treated. That's the way I was raised. I was also raised with consequences, too. But, so yeah, this girl, yeah, I have PTSD. Yep. I actually was reading an article recently that a woman who, yeah, it's definitely out of control now, especially with social media in play. I can only imagine what bullying would have been like for me if Facebook was a thing. Although I couldn't have pictured my mom allowing me on Facebook back then, you know, but, you know, so this girl, she was bullying me, and somebody else came forward and told the dean that she was witnessing this girl bothering me, and the dean actually threatened her. She threatened the other person who was doing the right thing, saying that if you come and do this again, I'm gonna suspend you for instigating problems. So not only do they like reward bullies, they were actually threatening to punish people for doing the right thing, seeing something. So so that person actually told me they would never speak to me again because of it, but that's okay. But I actually, when I joined Facebook, I actually was hoping to get an apology, or at least, be given the chance to, yeah, it's not my fault, and it's not the person who tried to do something right, but, it happens, right? That's probably why things are the way they are now, too. They threaten to punish people who offered to do the right thing. Doing the right thing is not a good thing anymore, That's life. But, I mean, let me tell you something. If my kid was bullying somebody else, that would be the end of it. But I do believe that parents need to step forward and pay for the damages in which their child has caused. I was reading that. Hi, Bouncer Slab. Welcome. Happy to have you here. There was an article saying that there was an area where they were going to charge parents of bullies a fine. Now, I think that's great as long as the fine goes to the parent of the child who was bullied. That way they could take that money and pay for the therapy or whatever treatment is needed to, you can play with stuffed animals. Let me tell you something. I'm 33 and I bought me a Beanie Boo today. Yep. I was in 7-Eleven. I can't eat a lot of food, Oh gosh, that would be fun, Kim. Tomorrow's the day. Tomorrow's the day to get that concealer tape. I'm gonna have to get some. But I like stuffed animals. I bought one today. I was in 7-Eleven because I know damn well I shouldn't be in there. There's no food for Kelly in 7-Eleven. In fact, it's been so long since I've been to 7-Eleven. The guy, the cashier, forgot I existed. He said, "Wow, I don't even recognize you." Yeah, exactly. I've heard that, Bouncer Slab. They find parents for kids who miss day. Yep. They also, they'll actually, yeah, we actually have what's called pins petitions here. They'll do that, and apparently parents can go to jail for not sending their kids to school too. But that's wrong. But yet we won't do anything about the bullying thing. There has to be some common ground about that. Kids can't bully other kids. And bullying begins in the home. Bullying does begin in the home. They learn it from somewhere. And then you got the one kid who learned it at home and then grabs up all the other ones, which is another form of bullying. It's called the Hitler complex, where they'll actually grab somebody else. Hey, Raymond, Tacular Forever, welcome. You know, but they have all these theories out there that if you teach kids who are bullied how to defend themselves, that will solve the problem. Not necessarily. I don't think so. I mean, maybe some kids that might be good. Yeah, I hear you, Bouncer Slab. I hear you. They bother me all the time. Oh, I'll tell you this one. Let me tell you this one. It's a good thing my daughter's not here because I know she doesn't want me to talk about this on YouTube, but that's too bad. Hi, DK Kitchen. How are you? My daughter has a teacher right now. Yeah, I'm happy to have you here, Raymond. My daughter has a teacher right now who is a pest. What I mean is, she doesn't. Hi, Nisha. This teacher doesn't know how to mind her own business. I hate that. There was a time earlier in the year, my daughter she had a virus, a cold virus, and she had a cough that lingered, which that's what happens when you have a virus slash cold or whatever you want to call it. So, she went home for the virus. The doctor gave, they're not going to give you any medication for a virus, but they did give her a little something for the cough. Yeah, exactly, Bouncer Slab. I see that. Yep, wait till you hear this story. Wait till you hear this one. Because that nowadays parents don't parent their children, because we're not, because of the whole no consequences and spanking stuff. No consequences for your children. And I'm not saying I spank my kids, but consequences do go a long way. Yeah. Yeah, it does help to communicate with your teacher, but what this one did, ugh, this one. Okay, so she had a virus, she had this cold. The doctor, yeah, they make it very hard. Yep. Yeah, let me tell you something. This teacher, my daughter had a virus. We took her to the doctor. There's not much you could do for a virus but keep him home. But the doctor gave her a little something for her cough. But, a cough lingers sometimes. So what this one did, she sent her home. She called and harassed us all the time to come and get her, and finally she said that we had to come pick her up, as she could not come back to school until she went to the emergency room for a second opinion. I'm not kidding. No joking. So thankfully my insurance is okay for paying, for those kinds of visits. But God forbid my insurance didn't cover taking her to the emergency room. I would have been really very angry, and she'd be paying the bill, let me tell you. But this one, we had to take her to the emergency room for a cough because she was afraid that maybe she had something else. But she had already been to the pediatrician, who said it was simply a virus, and there's not much you could do for a virus. And the emergency room basically said all she had is her lungs were clear, no bronchitis, no pneumonia, no nothing, And now we have to live with the idea that, if Isabel coughs at school, then we have to worry about this teacher calling to have her come picked up and all that stuff. And even just recently, she was home for a virus, a stomach bug. She had a stomach bug. And, we took her to the doctor to get a letter. Hi, Tavi. Yeah, parents can't win because teachers, hey, Trigger. Hey, pal. As teachers, I guess they're so worried about, these, these epidemics in their classroom. But the thing is, we kept her home that week. This is the second time she did this. Yeah, exactly, Bouncer Slab. And teachers and stuff are very quick to make phone calls to those people too. I could tell you that. My son, he was at school and he had a bloody nose. My son is one of those kids that actually has, my apartment gets really dry and warm. I live in a basement apartment. He had a bloody nose before he left for school. I made sure to clean it up. And a social worker called CPS because he had a bloody nose at school. Are you for real? He called CPS because he had a bloody nose. A bloody nose. And then, my kid's dad is one of those kinds of people who likes to call child protective services. Yeah, right, exactly. Shake your head. That's messed up. That's why I don't like to play games with my daughter's teacher, who calls to have her picked up for every little gosh darn thing. My daughter, she was out like a few weeks ago for yeah. I don't mind timeout. When I was in high school, we had timeouts. We had little timeout rooms, and you could either be put. Yeah, it's definitely getting out of hand. It is. I guess these teachers. They just feel the need to get involved. Where listen, I get it. It takes a village to raise a child, but at least talk to the parent first. I mean, the social worker who called about my son having a bloody nose. Right, exactly. Right, exactly. Right, exactly. I someone I know, their child is in karate and he had bruises on his legs. That could mean anything. The kid is in karate and the school called Child Protective Services because the kid has, bruises on his legs from karate. You know? Exactly. Yep. Yep. You know what? CPS needs to step up a little bit. It seems like they miss the ball all the time. They pick and choose. Who does right and who does wrong. Let me tell you something. I actually went to school for human services, but I did not graduate. I didn't want to be a social worker anymore, because it's just I can't do it. It takes a special kind of person to be a social worker, and I'm just not it. I'm a celebrity type of poke. Um, but when I went to school for human services, this woman, she was a supervisor of their special victims unit here. And she told, "Hi, Eric, how are you? Good to see you." She told the whole classroom, in order to be a child protective services investigator, you do not have to have a degree in social work. Nope. These aren't social workers, guys. All you need to be a child protective services investigator is a degree. You just need to have a bachelor's degree. It could be a bachelor's degree in anything. But hi Hazel I Vixen. Oh, the lovebirds are in the house. I love that. That's awesome. Love, love. I love love. I love it when love comes into my live. Oh, guys, I actually decided to do that idea I had yesterday. Um, Yep, you don't even need to be a parent to work for CPS. Nope. Let me tell you something. In order to work for CPS, all you need is yep, I'm going to have a singles mixer on Sunday, but you don't have to be single to be there. You can just be there and have fun. Part of our Sunny's crawl, our Sunday Sunny crawl. But in order to work for CPS, you just need to have a bachelor's degree in anything. This woman told us that they have workers who are fashion design students. I mean, teachers, that kind of makes sense. I'm going to go live at 7. I'm going to go live at 7 on Sunday. Aw, isn't this cute, guys? I love this. Eric and Hazel, they're such a cute little couple going on here. And we all know somebody has a crush on me. I'll see you later, my buddy. Love ya. But, yeah, I still can't even believe that. I can't even believe that. They have people who don't even have children who are CPS workers. Yep, they don't have Yep, and I've even heard former cops are CPS workers. Oh yes, do a dance, do it, do a little boogie dance, bouncer slab. Um, but yeah, but with my daughter's teacher, that's why when she has a cough or something, I don't feel intrigued to send her because I don't want this lady calling me halfway through the day telling me she has to be picked up because she has a cough. Like, God forbid a kid has a cough. But she had a virus a couple weeks ago, and I kept her home for the whole week, and I took her to the pediatrician to get a note saying she can go back. And what does this woman do come Monday? She calls and says we have to come pick her up. And my daughter said she wasn't sick and she didn't want to go home. So, that's that. Yeah, yeah. Oh, bouncer slab. I could write a book about CPS and how it goes. There was a case a few years ago where CPS wrongfully removed a child. Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm gonna tell you a story, bouncer slab. I have a friend who's doing 20 to life right now. Yes. I have a friend who is in jail. Oh, that sucks, Sandy. If there's no lights, you should go home. But I guess you're getting paid, so I guess that happened to me once. That happened to me once. I actually used to work for Estee Lauder, and they wouldn't send us home. But okay, so I have a friend. He's doing 20 to life, okay? He was dating a girl that he shouldn't have been dating, and trust me now, he's told me through letters that he wishes that he never did. So my friend, he was dating this girl who had mental health issues. We were going to a program for, rehabilitation services, because we both have, mental health issues. And let me just put this out there. This is disclosure. If you have mental health issues and you're a good person, that doesn't mean you can't be a parent. Okay? Because I have bipolar and PTSD, and I do what, yeah. Ah, yep. Yeah, I'm sure they do, bouncer slab. So this is what happens. My friend, he was dating this girl who had a child who I don't think she really knows who the father of the child is, but okay. I mean, I think he looks like my friend, but the baby looked like my friend, but my friend says, no, I'm not the father, but okay. Anyways, I'm not going to get into that part. But so this girl, she had this baby. She like I said, she went to a program where we went to help work on our mental health issues. And my friend, he noticed that things were not going good. He noticed that she was being shady with this child, and he went to the program and told them that he saw her doing some things to this child. He was begging them for help. And CPS was involved at the time. CPS was investigating her at the time. And so what happens is, my friend, he was there the last day that this child was alive. Okay. This child went lethargic, and they put her in the tub, tried to get some water on her to wake her up. She woke up, and then he went like this. He didn't shake her. He just went like, come on, baby, wake up, baby. And he got pinned. He got pinned. The cops brought him in. They brought him into the precinct, and they made him say he did it. They made him say that oh, come on, baby, don't, no, but he didn't do that. I'll tell you, my friend, he did have, he had bipolar, but he would never ever hurt the child, or any child for that matter. So they questioned him without an attorney. Yeah, but there's a twist here. There is a twist here, because I'm still in contact with his mom about this whole thing. So he's been in jail for 10 years now. 10 years? Yep, 10 years. He's been in jail for 10 years for a crime he didn't commit. Okay, so CPS was investigating this girl. They were investigating her, but they missed that she was beating the hell out of this child. This baby died at 11 weeks old. Oh, the horror that this poor little girl suffered for 11 weeks. Now, he got pinned on shaken baby syndrome, but the autopsy report said that there was no sign of shaken baby syndrome. But there was they said that the child had a fractured clavicle, so that's this. The fractured clavicle, a fractured skull, broken ribs, but that's not what would happen with if he did shake her, which he didn't. But now here, yeah, let me tell you. And then what happens is, from what I know, from what the mother was telling me, is that when they took her to the hospital, they discovered that the baby had pneumonia, which is what caused the baby to be lethargic. Now, if this girl had taken the baby to the doctor because she was sick, they would have noticed that the child was, had fractured, old wounds of fractured skull and ribs and all that kind of stuff. Hey, Jackknife Finnegan! So, unfortunately, they got my friend because, the cops forced him to say he did it. And the attorney he had originally wasn't good. Now he's got a decent attorney. He's got Amy Fisher's lawyer, but once you take a plea bargain, you're kind of out of luck. Yeah, he got 20 to life, and he's filed for appeals, and that just didn't. Yeah, she didn't take the baby to the doctor because if the doctor had seen, the other things, they would have removed the baby. Hi, Miss Dee Dee. How are you? Um. So um. So what the mother was telling me was that she had heard. Yep. Absolutely, Bouncer Slab. My kid's dad, he likes to call CPS on me all the time. And I always say, there's gonna come a time where tables are gonna turn and CPS is gonna find something going on at the kid's dad's house. And and when that happens, I'm gonna end up suing CPS because they've been harassing my kids and me. I mean, listen, I tell CPS all the time, you want to come and have a chat with me? That's fine. But my friend, he's doing 20 to life because CPS let this go on. And let me tell you something. When I was talking to the mom, my friend's mom. He was yeah. CPS is always out of control. I just had a case. Oh, let me tell y'all something. Somebody just called CPS on me recently. A BS case, of course. What happens is it was actually a mandated reporter who called CPS on me, but they said they didn't even see what the incident in which they reported me on. But yet, that's okay. It is. They say that they have to accept all the calls because it's a good faith. My kid's dad. Let me tell you something. From May to August, of yep. Yeah, exactly, Empress. Exactly. My kid's dad used to call and just, talk, make all kinds of stuff. From May to August of 2012, my kid's dad made 20 reports. Every Wednesday when my kids would come home from their dad's house, he would call and make a report. And he admitted this. He admitted this in a court of law that he actually did it. And he actually said that he's going to go home and, yep, 20 different phone calls. Every Wednesday there would be a new call. Yep. And CPS didn't do anything about it. I actually got tired of it. So I called my governor. I live in New York, so at the time it was Governor Cuomo. I called Governor Cuomo's office. I said, yep, it's harassment. And you know what? It's not even just harassing for me. It's harassing for my kids. There was a time where my daughter told a therapist something. Okay, she told. Yep. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's the other thing is that these calls are all anonymous. Like, because I'm going to actually go to someone's house and beat the crap out of them because they made a phone call. No, I don't do that. Yep. Yes, exactly, Deer Park. And you know what else? Oh, let me tell you something else about this story. My friend, the one who's in jail, now this girl, she had another child a few years ago. This girl had another child a few years ago who CPS actually did physically remove, and she has no form of custody of this child whatsoever. But yet my friend is still doing 20 to life for a crime he didn't commit. But I had just spoken to his mom recently, and she was telling me that that they are applying for clemency. So hopefully he can get clemency and come on out of there because he did. I mean, that's horrible, and he lost all his benefits. Yep, that's a system for you. Yep, I do that all the time, Bouncer Slab. You know what? I spoke to my attorney about that. It is a flawed system. There is a very flawed system. Even the court system here on Long Island is pretty bad. I filed for sole custody of my kids because my daughter, she needed some testing at the school. She needed to have some form of testing because she was behind on her learning skills. At the time, we had joint custody. Me and her dad had joint custody. And he told the school that he was not okay. Ooh, excuse me. He was not okay with the school conducting the testing that was needed so she could, succeed in school. So I ended up having to go to the court, and CPS was involved at the time. He called CPS on me for whatever reason I can't remember, but CPS did threaten to charge him with educational neglect, but they never followed through on it, of course, because they don't do that because it's too much paperwork. But I mean, just so we all understand that CPS cannot remove children without a court getting involved. But so we were in yeah, exactly. Right, exactly, Bouncer Slab. I agree. I agree. They're not medical professionals, they're not parents, they're not even social workers or out of all the CPS workers, only one made sense. She was actually a preschool teacher. But that's very rare. So yeah, when I actually went to the courts, I filed for sole custody so I could make those final decisions. I already had custody. The kids were living in my home. Um, yeah, yeah, I agree, Dee Dee, I agree. But this school was a problem. They were, like I said, schools are a problem. They're instigators of things. But yeah, when I was in court for this, for the sole custody, the judge didn't want to hear anything. He just didn't want to hear anything. He was not interested in the case. Let me tell you something. My kid's dad, he's got muscular dystrophy, so I get it that there is a need for medication in some points. But so my kid's dad, he told the courts that he takes hydrocodone 4 times a day, plus muscle relaxers and sleeping pills. Now the muscle relaxers are apparently in the morphine family. And he also told the court that he actually drives with the kids in the car. Yes. Yep. And the judge didn't see a problem with that. Now, I don't believe he drives anymore, but the fact that he told them that he takes all that kinds of medication and such is baloney. Now, this judge actually decided that he didn't want to deal with this case. And yeah, exactly. I don't think he really drives, though. I don't think he drives. I don't think he has a car at all. Okay, Kim, I'll see you later. I'll be going live again later tonight around 9 because I got it like that. And it's Thursday, and tomorrow's Farm Wall Friday, so I don't go live on Farm Wall Friday because I don't want to, dip into that. But I'll see you later, Kim. But I'll definitely be going live later tonight at 9 because, like I said, you know what I do, Bouncer Slab? I don't even let them in the door anymore. If you need to see my kid, you can see him at the door. I'll show them to you for like a split second at the door, and that's it. Aw, Dee Dee, I love having you in my lives. I like doing them. They're fun. They are really fun. But I have to make sure I have like a quick short video before Farm Wall Friday. That way, yep, I'll see you later, Kim. That way, somebody has something good to watch. Well, Deer Park, you're live tomorrow too, right? You and Indisa are live tomorrow. Tomorrow's party day. I love Fridays. I love going to everybody else's lives. Yeah, it's definitely fun to interact. Lives are fun. Yeah, thank you, Empress. But yeah, CPS, they need to do something better with that. Actually, I did ask them about the recent case. Like I said, somebody claimed that oh, this is the allegation that I had recently. My son, who is special needs, was fighting with a child, and I pushed him out of the way so he would not assault another child, and he sustained a bruise while being pushed. He sustained a bruise in the arm. Now, first of all, if my son is indeed going after somebody else, I think it only makes sense to push him out of the way, but this incident never even happened. Ah, thanks, Bouncer Slab. See you later. Yep, don't ever give up. Nope, never give up. Honestly, CPS doesn't bother me much anymore, except for this one BS case that I'm getting rid of. Now, the person who called this case in said they didn't even see the incident. And they're a mandated reporter who is claimed to be a reliable source who made the phone call, which I find to be strange. But I can't press charges on the person who made the phone call. Ooh, Bouncer Slab. Ooh, have a good luck at the dentist. Yeah. Oh, I'll tell you this one. Okay, here's a good one. The year with all those phone calls, the kid's dad alleged to CPS. Now, when I had this case going on with, when I had all those phone calls, I had pressed charges on my kid's dad because I am a domestic violence survivor, and he made a very detailed, threat over the phone that he was going to do something horrible. And he told CPS, and I had the charges were pending. I had a restraining order at the time. Unfortunately, the charges were pressed because the district attorney didn't want to be bothered with the case anymore. They didn't care about my safety, and nor does CPS either. So the kid's dad told CPS that I had strange men coming into my apartment, and that that I was locking the children out of my room to be alone with these men, and which of course never happened. But CPS asked him how he knew that. And he told CPS that he was driving past my apartment and looking into my windows. I had a restraining order against him because he threatened to take me out. Yeah. And you would think CPS would do the right thing and notify the police that yeah, right, creepy. And they refused. CPS refused to let the police know that a man was threatening to do something horrible, to a domestic violence, at the time I was a domestic violence victim. Now I'm a survivor. I went from victim to survivor. You would think that, and they knew that there were charges pending for what he was doing, and they also knew that he was being, harassing with the CPS phone calls. So you would think that they would do the right thing and that they would, report it to the police, but they did not. And you know what happened later is that he ended up hiring a hitman, which the police chose not to do anything about. I had proof that he hired the hitman because the person admitted it. Yeah, he should have been put into jail. The person who was hired as a hitman told me in a text message that he was hired to finish the job that the kid's dad did not do. And I showed this to the police, and the police didn't do anything about that. They said that it's hard to prove that a text message was sent by somebody. Hi, C. Jackson. I'm doing well. How are you? Yep. I mean, honestly, me and the kid's dad, we're okay now, but, after all this, he did a lot of horrible things. So he hired this hitman to come after me, and the police didn't do anything. In a normal world, if there is such a thing as a normal world, when somebody is alleging that they were hired as a hitman, they would take both parties in. Hi, Xavion. Hi, how are you? You would think that they would take both parties into custody and question them both until somebody cracks, but no, they didn't do that. So the person who was hired as a hitman got away with it. And now this person stopped bothering me for 6 months, showed up on my doorstep, and sexually assaulted me in my own home. Now, I didn't press charges or attempt to press charges on the rape because at this rate, what's the point? The police didn't even care when he was hired as a hitman, so I let it go. But that's the thing is that, the police, they do not protect women sometimes, and I'm one of those people who wasn't protected, and CPS failed to protect me as well because they chose not to let the police know that this man was saying he was looking in my windows. Now, CPS did tell me that I could go to the police with the information. However, that's hearsay because it was not, oh, thank you, C. Jackson. I appreciate that. Yeah, thanks, Dee Dee. I mean, honestly, now, the kid's dad doesn't bother me anymore. He has no money. He blames me every day because he has to pay child support. Don't have kids with somebody you don't want to support the kids for, But, I mean, thankfully now things are okay, and, my kid's dad's brother died a year ago next month, and I was very close with his brother, so it seems as though things are okay now, which is good. I don't like to live like that. It was very frustrating, and the thing was with CPS is that they were allowing these constant phone calls to come in. There was one time my daughter had told a therapist that something happened in the other house. Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Dee Dee. Yeah, I'm definitely glad things are better. Me and his mom get along well. I'm writing a book, just so y'all know. I've been working on writing a memoir. It's going to be a very long, I'm not going to do it as like one big memoir. I'm going to do it like 4 parts. But I do want to write it. And not because I want to like, spill the beans on myself. I'm hoping my story would help somebody. That's why I come on YouTube and tell these things. I talk about my adoption story, as a result of that sexual assault. Hi, the busy little house. Welcome. We just met today. So happy to have you here. So, as a result of, yeah, yep. I'm also writing some fictional stories too because, I just want to do that. I want to help empower people and help people. That's why I come on YouTube and I do my chatty patties on, weight loss surgery. And, I talk about my, yeah, so happy to meet you. I talk about my adoption story because I want women to know that it's not taboo to place children up for adoption, and it's not. I mean, it is a tough thing to do. It's a horrible thing to go through. But, I don't want people to think they're alone. I don't want people to think they're alone with their weight loss surgery journey either. Um, as a result of the sexual assault that I had survived, I had gotten pregnant with a child that I knew I couldn't keep. Um, you know, in many states, hi Mike, welcome. In many states, if you thank you, C. Jackson. I do my best. I come on here and I know I get these every now and then, but that's okay. I know I'm doing something good and that these don't matter to me anymore. But I love coming on here. I love meeting new people. I love, being a part of other people's channels. I met a lot of great people on here, and it's given me a lot of confidence too. I have really bad agoraphobia. If you don't know what agoraphobia is, I actually have. Yeah, it definitely is a huge gift to people. It definitely is. Although, it's very difficult for birth moms because, there's always these stories of women being taken advantage of. I don't like to think I've been taken advantage of in any way. I didn't get a lot of money or anything like that, but I don't want any money. That's not what it's all about. It's about, giving this child a safe home to go to, and she's happy. She had her, she hit this little girl hit the jackpot. Aw, thank you. Oh, thank you, busy little house. Oh, you want to see a cutie? Hold on. I'm going to have to wake up this girl here. Let's see, we got this girl. You want to say hi to YouTube today? Let's see if Frankie wants to say hi to everybody. Here, this girl. So I placed my daughter up for adoption, and I got this girl, my pug. Yeah, she's my service dog. This is my service dog, Frankie. And, yeah, she loves coming on the live. This is my service dog, Frankie. I think her face, she got a little something on her face. She got a little schmutz there. But, oh, you have a Pug-a-Wawa. Oh, that's cute. That's a cute, combination. But, I take Frankie everywhere because she's my service pug. When you have PTSD, you're eligible to have a service dog. So I went and did it. I got a service dog, and I trained her. Yep. No, I gave her up 5 years ago. I gave up, her name is Jillian. I didn't pick the name, but that's a cute name. She looks like a Jillian. I placed my daughter up 5 years ago. So I got Frankie 2 years after, 3 years after placing. But because afterwards I was not quite there yet. I was still struggling, but I came over here to this new apartment, and a lot of great stuff has happened after being removed from certain situations. I moved over here. I was struggling with keeping my apartment clean as per the trauma of everything that I've been through. I'm still a little sloppy. But I'm doing well. I know somebody asked me about energy and how you do well and keeping your energy levels up, and I keep saying you got to keep yourself declutterized. Losing the weight was a big thing. Getting my weight loss surgery was a really, really big thing. I had to do that. I was actually in the process of getting my weight loss surgery after the rape, and that's actually how I discovered Jillian was in existence, but I didn't find out till I was like 27 weeks. So, you can't get an abortion at that rate, but you know what? That's good. I'm happy I didn't. It was a whole learning experience. I gave a couple the gift of life, and it does feel, for a while it felt really crappy that I did all that, but now it feels really good. I help somebody else. I'm all about empowering people. So if there's any way I can empower women, that's one great way of being able to do it, is help a woman who can't have children have one. I have my 2 kids and I have my dog, and It's been a very long process to get over because it was a rape, and it's hard to get over a rape when you have a constant reminder. But I'm to the point where I'm at peace with it. You know, but this has definitely been a very healing live today, I must say. I feel like a lot of weight has been lifted, and a lot of nice people have been in here listening to me, and I appreciate that, you know. And that's why I do this, because I want other people on YouTube to know that they aren't alone. I know there's some people out there who suffer from mental health issues. I do too. So if we could talk about that, we could talk about that. I don't want there to be stigma on mental health, or sexual assault, domestic violence, bullying. I'm really happy that people were in here in Hi EAPG TV. Welcome. I'm happy that people were, in support of me talking about bullying. I know there's some people out there who say that children just need to get over it, and but you don't just get over it. You don't just get over abuse. You just don't. I mean, I know there's some people out there that say that kids who have been bullied should go to karate and learn how to defend themselves. I'm not one of those kinds of people, so I don't think that would have worked for me, to tell you the truth. I don't feel like I would feel comfortable with putting my hands on somebody else. Plus, oh, no worries, busy little house. Thank you. Thank you for stopping by. I'll be going live again tonight at 9. Some days I like to do 2 lives. Some days I like to do 3. Hey, PA Hunting and Trapping, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. It's always nice to see you. Oh, I love you guys. You are the best. There are people out there who say when kids are bullied, they should go to karate. I mean, maybe that works for some kids, and maybe it doesn't work for some. I mean, I don't think the first instinct to drug kids for being bullied is the right thing to do. But I was so traumatized by the abuse that I had received in school that I had to seek mental health care. And yep, 9 p.m. Eastern time tonight, I'm going to go live. We'll do another, hour or 2 later, because I love doing it. I love coming on here and meeting people. Oh, and guys, Saturday at 7, I'm going to do a singles mixer. But you don't have to be single to be there. So if you're single and you want to meet other, people who are single. Yeah. Oh, okay. You know what? I didn't do martial arts. I went through the mental health care system, and I did Girl Scouts. Girl Scouts was something I really enjoyed. Although, I kind of wish Girl Scouts was more, survival skills than it was back then. So I know some people, this might be an unpopular opinion right now, but I don't disagree with, yeah, I did it for 13 years. I was a Girl Scout from kindergarten till senior year. I did not get my gold award, though. That's the one thing I didn't get. And now they have a bronze award, so they now have silver, bronze, and gold. I mean, I wanted to make gold, but, to the other girls in my troop, it's not cool to do Girl Scouts in high school anymore, so they ended up not doing it anymore. But I have to say this. I don't totally disagree with girls joining Boy Scouts, though. I know this is going to be an unpopular opinion, but that's okay. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. I'm not going to knock you for doing it. But, yeah, Thin Mints are good. I like the Samoas, but now I can't eat them, so... Oh, with weight loss surgery, no cookies. But, I mean, if girls want to join Boy Scouts, I think they said they're going to make separate troops. They're going to make separate troops for the girls. So they're not going to be in the same troop. They're going to make separate troops just for girls. I don't think that's a bad thing, because then girls are learning survival skills. I mean, we didn't really learn too many survival skills when I was in Girl Scouts. So, if a girl wants to learn survival skills, then, that's fine by me, if you ask me. But, if you don't agree with me, that's fine. Again, I'm not going to be upset if you don't agree. It's either that maybe Girl Scouts needs to revamp, or have a separate sector, a separate sector just for survival skills, then. I don't know. Or team up with the Boy Scouts for some things. I don't know. It is what it is. I mean, I do think that schools should teach some survival skills, like, gardening and such. I hear they got rid of home economics and all that kinds of stuff. That's stuff that kids need. I mean, of course, we should never have teachers taking, I mean, I know we were talking about how teachers think that they are parenting our children and such, but there are some things, sometimes parents don't have the time to teach life skills and cooking and such. I mean, libraries have those kinds of classes. Yes, gender fluid, I agree. I think there should be a gender fluid program. Maybe it should be like not Girl Scouts and not Boy Scouts. It should just be Life Skills 101. The libraries are pretty good about those kinds of things too. Libraries do offer a vast array of cool stuff like that. I mean, when I was in school, I took babysitting classes where I learned CPR. Yep, let's grow, everybody. I took CPR. I took babysitting classes when I was in high school through the library. Yep, Hi, passion for hunting and fishing. How are you? How are you doing? Good to see you. Always a pleasure. I love that. I love that you're here. This makes my day. Hi, sweet girl. How are you? How you doing? So, that's just my thoughts, is maybe the libraries or the schools can offer, survival classes, after school programs or in-class programs. I don't know. Just a thought. We actually had a home economics club when I was in junior high school that I would go to, and I would learn how to cook things, When I went to high school, I went to high school for kids with special needs, so they didn't have those kinds of classes. They didn't have classes that taught people life skills. And unfortunately, that doesn't work for a lot of kids in those kinds of scenarios, because they have to learn how to survive and cook and take care of themselves. So we don't end up, in group homes, and we're expecting the state to take care of us. So that's a thing in my books. Whoops, excuse me. I wouldn't even mind if they added an extra grade. I wouldn't even mind if they added a 13th grade to high school, just so you can learn life skills. Maybe not like math and English and all that stuff, but, Hi, T-Town Gambler. Especially nowadays, since college is so expensive and such. I mean, I went to a technical school, but the class I took didn't get me anywhere, unfortunately. And it was a class in which I didn't even want to take to begin with. I'm a veterinary assistant that can't get a job to save my life, but that's okay. I could take care of my own dog for free most of the time. I actually worked on farms. I worked on farms, and I worked with horses. I worked with all kinds of animals, exotics. I don't have a favorite that I worked with. I actually took marine science as well, so I have some knowledge on, that kinds of stuff. So anyways, guys, I'm going to end the live now because we've been here for almost an hour, but I am going to go live again tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern time. So stop on by. We're going to have a nice long live. Maybe I can get it to 2 hours. I'll try. No, I'm not Jewish. I'm actually pagan, but I was raised Catholic. Right. Exactly. Thanks, Eric. I'll see you guys later.